All right, welcome back Wednesday morning, back to Betway, Waited to Win. Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Hollywood Bets Greyville on the Poly. We have got 7 races on the card, so you're reminded that with all of that, the Bipot and PA all start up in race 1. There's our number, 0691643272. Send your name to that number, and our admin team, of course, will contact you. We're also on the platform X, and there's the QR code if you're watching on channel 240 on DSTV, in order for you to make it so much easier to open your Betway account. Blue voucher. I was told that a few winners from this 200,000 Rand. Congratulations, you've got to just take your 50 Rand blue voucher that you top up your account with and SMS that blue voucher number to 31860. So the PIN that you get once you buy the voucher, SMS it to 31860, and who knows what gets back into your account. Glenn Mayhew is on the line. We'll start with the first race on the card. It's an 1800. The opener here at Hollywood Bets Greyville. I'll give you an idea on the betting, where number 8 Chasing Gold is the 14-10 favourite, and they've been nibbling away at this. This is the Cole Dickin and Glenn Cotson horse that we're talking about. The 3 Skipper O'Malley is trading at the moment at 28-10, and number 2 Spanish Feud is at 4-1. The 4 code word is 6-1, and you can get 10-1 and better about the balance. Morning, Len. They tell me it's a beautiful summer day there.
Good morning, Cloud. Yes, it's absolute belter of a day. Very, very hot. No rain around at this stage. Kicking off in the first, Cloud, this filly Chasing Gold comes up from the Cape, and her form is way stronger than what she has been running against and what she meets here. Her last run, she was behind Fast and Free and a horse called Eric Liddell, who came out and won. And prior to that, she ran behind We Have a Situation, who is now a 4-time winner. In fact, she could have made it 5 yesterday. I think it was. She only got beaten in the neck. So she looks to be head and shoulders above the opposition. The only negative or possible negative is that it's on the Poly, which she's never been on before. But she gets 7 kilos from the second favourite, Skipper O'Malley. So I really do think she'll win. I have included Skipper O'Malley in the Bipot and PA on the off chance that she takes a distinct dislike to the surface. But I can't really see that. I think she'll take a lot of beating.
Okay, well, that's good to hear that Chasing Gold, if takes to the Poly, because that Cape Town form, Len's quite right, it just seems to be stronger when they come to Durban. They run well, and I got a galloping weight of 53. Now remember, we've got a Bipot and a PA. There's the Bipot that's on screen at the moment, 3 and 8 here. Banker 6 by 346, by 269, by 2 and 5, by 1256. That Bipot will cost 144. And we've also got a place accumulator that Len has worked out for you, which starts pretty much right now. And there's a look at Len's PA. So obviously the last leg, you'll note that we've gone 1 and 7 there right at the back in the place accumulator, which will take that perm up to 288 Rand. So this was Imposing, does look quite hard to beat. We'll get Len's view on it now. It's last how many? 5 starts. It's won 4 of 5, and he does look like the right horse here from the Gareth van Zyl stable. Samanga Kumalo, as I understand, it's going to be there to ride. I haven't seen any jockey changes, barring in the 7th race, where we've got a new jockey for number 13. The Patel's riding that horse now, the boss, much later on. But that's all I've got at this moment in time. In terms of the market, well, Imposing is currently 16-10 to win race number 2. Number 3, Canal Skaters, 33-10 as the second favourite. 5, Icy Blasters, 9-2. And 4, That's My Baby from the Sean Terry stable. I think watch Sean Terry today. Just keep an eye open there with Michael Michel on board. That's priced up at 5-1, and it's 8-1 and better about the balance. But do you agree we're all in Imposing here, Len?
Yes, Cloud. I mean, the combination of Imposing and Samanga Kumalo is absolutely unstoppable. He's won all 4 of his starts, 4 of the last 5, where he's ridden her, and ridden him, should I say? And he looks certainly the one to beat again. He does go up a little bit in the weights, and he's taking on a bit of a stronger opposition, but he's nevertheless the one to beat. The only possible negative, if there's any negative against him, is that 7 of his 8 wins have come on the turf, and this is now on the Poly track. But in saying that, he has won on the poly, so it shouldn't be too much of a factor. If you look past Imposing, to me, it becomes a field race. So I'm putting all my eggs in the one basket, and I'm going with the Inform Imposing.
Okay, well, to use some of that, thank you. There's our pick 6 on screen at the moment. It's our opening banker of the day. We are bankering number 6, Imposing, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, by 2 and 5, by 1, 2, 5, 6, and right at the back we're going 1 and 7. All right, let's get on to the third race now and have a look at what the situation is here in race number 3. It's a middle stakes and it's over the 1400 metres here at Hollywoodbets Greyville on the poly. Should run about 20 past 2. It's jackpot time, so let's get our jackpots on. Remember to Betway, for those of you who haven't opened your Betway account, I know that we keep going on about it, but please do, because you're missing out on some great promotions there. And of course, Blue Voucher. You remember that you can make January so much easier. Just pick up your Blue Voucher online, in-store, and when you refuel, Blue Voucher, the most convenient way to top up your betting account. Now to the jackpot. Let me just give you an idea as to what they were betting like this morning. And She's Machine's a favourite, number 3 on the card. She's priced up at 3 to 1. Number 4, Sovereign Grant, is 7 to 2. The 2, Care Forget, is the horse that I like personally. It's 4 to 1. Was at 5s, but they have backed it. 5 back at the George is 9 to 2. Number 6, Tali Matwana, is at 15 to 2. Handicappers were quite impressed with that debut performance, and they bet 14 to 1 and better about the balance. Len, let's talk about it. I like a lot of Care Forgot. I think that last start much better than that run, and it's got ability. You give it any sort of chance today?
Yes, certainly, Clyde. She definitely comes in with a chance. In fact, to me, it's a very open race, a competitive field of fillies. The trick horse is the 6 horse, Tali Matwana. We ran out a very, very easy winner on debut. And, I mean, she could be anything. But there will be questions asked of her. I mean, it's the first time Greyville, first time on the poly, and first time against opposition like this. I mean, this is coming out of the maiden. She's running with some very decent opposition here. So if she comes through and she wins, well, then she's definitely well above average. But in saying that, I think it's pretty open. I have covered her with She's a Machine and Sovereign Grant in the buy pot and the place accumulator. But I do respect Care Forgot, and obviously quite a few of the others come into the reckoning.
Okay, we've got the whole lot in there, so we're going 1 through 8. I see there is a comment about that horse from the Tinny Princely stable. He says one smart cook, you'll probably need the run. But we're going all those horses by 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, by 2 and 5, by 1, 2, 5 and 6. Okay, let's get on to race number 4. This is where Zoom Bomb is top of the board. It's priced up at 33 to 10. There's been some interest in that. There's been some interest in a few horses here, actually. Zoom Bomb is shortened into 33 to 10. 4 Green Mile also shortened this morning into 4 to 1. And there's been some money for Tristan Godden's ride for Stewie Ferry here, number 2, Blazing Light. That shortened from, I think it was 11 to 2. It's into 9 to 2 this morning. 7 Now I Got You, also shortened 9 to 2, and the 9 State Capital is at 11 to 2. It's almost like there's been adjustments, but it couldn't have been because there are no scratchings on at this point in time. But there's quite an interest in a lot of horses here, Len.
Yes, Clyde. Look, it's a race that could produce a result. But I'm going to side with the visiting horse, Zoom Bomber. He's had 6 runs on the poly. He's had a win and 4 places in the others. So he's no stranger to the surface. So I think he'll run a big race. Then you've got the 2 horse Blazing Light. He was a little bit disappointing in his last 2, but I see they've fitted him with the blinkers again. 3 runs back, he was an easy winner. So he's got the ability. It just depends on the day. If he gets off to the front and he starts dictating on his own terms, he could be difficult to reel in. And then, of course, the visiting horse, State Capital. Although she's a 6-year-old mare, she's only coming in with 50 kilos on her back, so she must be included. But it wouldn't surprise me if there was a result to come in this race.
Okay, so we'll look out for that, see what the story is. I see there's a trainer comment from MJ about Bossy Rockfight just anyway, and says it'll need the run. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 for Len in this particular jackpot. It's the second jackpot opportunity now, with only being on a 7-race program. That will cost you 240 Rand. Okay, welcome back. Let's get on to race number 5 now. We talk about this class 4. They're going over the 1200. Should run about 3:30. We've only got the 7 races today, so it's that last pick 3 opportunity, if you like. And Sean Terry has got that horse Mystical Miss going into KwaZulu-Natal to run on the Hollywoodbets Gravel track. And she does look like the horse to beat. There have been a few adjustments in the market, but there was also some money for number 2, Mystical Miss. I say that because the 4 Ladybug has been scratched, so there'll be 1 or 2 adjustments along the way. But there was money for the 2 Mystical Miss anyway, and it's now the 5-2 favourite. 5 Mystic Dancer, 5-2. They joints at the moment. The 3 Versace on the track is 33-10. 6 Pour Some Sugar on Me, 9-2. And the 7 Lucien is trading at 9-1. 10-1 the 1 Your Ladyship, and that's pretty much the whole field quoted in the betting. You think Sean Terry's also get it right here, Len?
Cloud, it all depends on if she takes to the poly. She's never raced on the poly before, but sure, she's got the form to do it, and that's obviously, I think she's a big runner. It could be a bit more competitive than what first meets the eye, but I have tried to trim it down to, in the pick 6 and the first jackpot, I've just included the 2 horses, Mystical Miss and Mystic Dancer. Mystic Dancer, I mean, she's won her last 2, and I'm sure she's going to actually enjoy the extra 100 meters here over the 1200. She finishes well, and she's as game as they come. So, yeah, I expect one of the 2 to win, but it wouldn't surprise me if you got something else through. Even a horse like Your Ladyship, her last run was too far. And the Puller stable at the moment is really coming to hand. They're having winners left, right, and centre now. So if you're going past the first 2, I would suggest putting in the field.
Thank you so much for that. So 2 and 5, Mystical Miss. It's all about whether, as you heard Len say, will she take the poly or not? Mystical Miss and Mystic Dancer. Okay, just a couple of comments in this race. So race number 6, a trainer regarding Danuba given time to mature because that's been off for a little while. I think, is there another? No, that's the only comment that I've got for you guys. Let's talk about this class 4. It's over the 1200 again. We'll keep the starting stalls where they are. They run at about 4:10. And the latest on the Betway market this morning is that Clever Trevor's top of the boards is trading at 22-10. The 5 Mafaka is at 28-10, who is at the second favourite. The 2 Umzingili Wanyati is at 7-2, third choice, and also 7-2 is number 6 Rainbow Reward. And then after that, it's 10-1 and better about the balance. But it appears like the Hollywood team have got quite a strong hand here with the top 3 favourites, Len.
Exactly, Clyde. They've got a very strong hand here. And trying to decipher which one is best, only the race will tell us. So I'm including all 3. But I can tell you that a horse like Rainbow Reward is not going to give it to them on a plate. He's extremely fast. He loves gravel. He's thriving down here. And although he's probably best suited to 1,000 meters, this 1,200 is not beyond him. So I really do think he'll run a big race and make them run. So I've included all 4 in perms.
Okay, well, it's interesting. I just want to let you know too that just whilst you're on it, here's some comments from Hollywood Racing about this race, and I'll just quickly read them to you. Clever Trevor, the comment, well, part of it is they're expecting another honest performance from that. From the 2 Umzingeli Wenyati, they're saying he should be involved at the finish. From Mafaka, they're saying hoping to see him in the winner's enclosure. So that's quite an interesting comment from the Kannemeyer stable, so they're quite bullish. And with Moya Wala Liga, the comment regarding that is this will be a learning experience for the yard, and this race will tell us where we are with him. So that's the latest with regards to the Hollywood Racing team, and that's Len's recommended quartet in the 6th race. This is the last race on the card here at Hollywood's Greyville now. Race number 7. And it does appear to be a wide open race, I would have thought anyway. One Dawn Surprise is 33 to 10. I know Len's narrowed it down to a couple, so if we're running in the pick 6, there's 2 of them that we'll be hoping for. Len will just remind us about that. 7 Whirly Bird is the 9 to 2 second favourite. The 5 Predatress is at 13 to 2 third choice. And the 3 Greenlight Queen is trading at 8 to 1. You can get 10 to 1 about the 2 Quintasia, and the 9 Grew of Ice also 10 to 1. So is the 12 Jazz Diva at 10 to 1. 11's and better about the others. Whirly Bird, the comment about Whirly Bird, just to bring that to your attention, they're saying with regards to that, the Hollywood Racing team basically saying if she's not too far out of her ground, turning for home, she can finish in the money. Obviously, they say that because of the draw, so she'll probably be dropped out and running on. But I know you're on 2 of them here, Len.
Clyde, you know what? When I first looked, I saw it like you. I thought, oh, this is a very open fillies and mares race again. And generally, they can throw up some funny results. But the more I looked at it and the more I studied and looked at Whirly Bird, that's definitely my first choice. You know, last time she ran, she drew 10 out of 10 at the Vaal Classic. And she was forced to stay out wide the whole race. And I do think the 1400 was a bit far for her. Prior to that, she drew 1 up the Turfentine Straight, which is not a good draw, as you know. And she ran a cracking race to get beaten 2 3/4 lengths by Lost for Words. And then prior to that run behind Maverick Queen, she was finishing like a rocket. So I promise you, in this company, she has got to be a huge runner. So for me, whatever beats Whirly Bird will win. Obviously, I've got to respect the 1 Dawn Surprise. She does nothing wrong. She's consistent, holding form well. But I'm very strong in the camp of Whirly Bird.
Okay, no, that's good to hear. And we're floating that, as you can see, or banker rather, Whirly Bird with that in the trifecta, 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 11 and 12. And we'll be shouting and it'll be coming from the back of the field, but we'll be hoping it'll get up on the line. That cost 126 Rand. Thanks, Lenny. We'll chat again soon, obviously over the weekend. And everybody else, we're back with Daryl Marie for the Thursday meet at the Vaal.